Welcome to the Tush Twins, heard exclusively on MalcolmPresents.com, a streaming network heard all over the world and beyond. I expect one of these rocket ships are going to go up, and one of the astronauts is saying, "I hear a sound. Someone speaking English. It says something. Welcome to Tush Twins. What the hell is that?"
What? What
Hello.
planet is that?
Where are you now? Are
I'm
you
in
an
Mars.
alien?
Well, that's possible because all the sounds go up into the air, and we're on the whatever you call it, streaming,
On Earth.
and it's it could take years for the voice to reach
Light
Jupiter.
years. Yeah.
Light years.
Well, hey, I got a news flash on my phone that Saturn might be losing its rings. What do you know? I didn't get to read it because I just got it like 2 minutes
Does that
ago.
mean
Saturn might be losing
that
his
means Saturn
rings.
is getting a divorce?
I don't know. I
That's
don't know.
wait. That's why I'm getting my new ring. So it's I took it from
Ooh.
Saturn.
Oh, you took Saturn's ring.
Yes.
I don't know.
Let me speak to Dennis. Let's find out where he bought that ring.
Yeah.
He didn't
well,
buy it. I'm having it designed.
Oh,
Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît.
Excusez-moi.
Gee.
Yeah, I'm feeling bad.
I'm
about
sorry,
that.
I'm so
Maxine
gauche.
and-
You don't buy rings. You have it designed now.
You getting a
I've
ring for
had
your
the
nose
design.
also?
No,
What
for
was the-
Dennis's.
What is a ring? What is it? Rings on your finger,
For my
bells
fingers
on your
and bells
toes,
on
and
my
a bone in
toes.
your nose. Ho ho. That was a Brooklyn thing or something. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Well, now you can have a phone in your nose.
Yeah.
Hello.
Got my
Yeah, a
nose.
lot of people, I think they were
Those are
born with a
nuts.
phone in their nose
I
or
don't
it
know.
attached to their
Oy
ear.
vey.
Pretty attached to their ears though. That's
Anyway,
for
let's
sure.
talk about the exciting
So
things.
we're the Tush twins, and
Yes.
we're
over this, move over
over
that,
Jane, move over this, Jane and
What is
Lily, Grace
that?
and Frankie, Lucy and Ethel, Laverne and Shirley,
And born
Betty
in
and
Brooklyn.
Wilma. And yeah,
Brooklyn.
we're Brooklyn girls for over 60 plus years,
And
and we
Brooklyn
just love
guy.
each other. And we got a Brooklyn guy. He's the hanging tush. You know, I heard of the hanging Chad. He's the
Yeah.
hanging-
Now you're getting into a whole different other area.
he
I want to hear that. That's
no,
my
no.
eyes.
Anyway, yeah, don't talk about my eyes. My eyes were so red in Amsterdam, I fit in with them. It's like,
Well, you should come with me on Saturday night.
I should. I
Oh, you
I
got
probably
your
could use
your
it.
dinner again, I hear.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
you
I
do.
do.
Oh my God.
We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. So here we are, the Tush twins.
Well, welcome home from
and the
Amsterdam
extra
and
Tush.
Paris.
Amsterdam and Paris. We're
Yes, welcome back.
So tell me about Paris. I haven't been in Paris since I think in the early 70s. No, early 80s.
Well,
That's a long time ago.
That's a while.
Yes.
We took a tour the first day because we were in the 4th district, which is bordering on the Latin, which is the 5th.
Is it Arrondissement?
Demone, I don't know, whatever it is. I just call it district.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the Hunger Games.
There's all districts there.
There's like 20 or 19 or something. But we were on the Seine. We literally were on the Seine, and we were near. You could look outside and see Notre Dame, which is being redone
Renovated.
after the fire. And so
yeah,
we went.
It's about 3-4 years ago, wasn't it?
It was longer than that.
Right. It was before the pandemic. So yeah. And our tour guide remembered, actually watching it in flames. He was mortified. I've
been in there twice.
Been in it, but you can't.
Yes.
So this, we saw the outside. We got the history. He gave us the history of France. It's kind of bloody. A lot of guillotines.
Sanctuary.
Right, exactly. And he spoke about the heroes and villains, a lot of villains, a lot of off with your head. And then he gave us some info on the Eiffel Tower, because we were looking, you could see the Eiffel Tower from where we were, but there were a few people whose heads were turned the other way, and they kept asking him, "Where's the Eiffel Tower? Where's the Eiffel Tower?"
Oh,
and he goes, "There's the Eiffel Tower. There's the Eiffel." So then I
Are
went
they
to him.
from Texas?
Yeah, I don't know. It was so
Florida?
funny. So it was really funny. So then I said, when they finally turned around, I went, "Where's the Eiffel Tower?" And he goes, over there. It became a joke between me and this tour guide. It was kind of funny. But anyway, and then we wound up at the Louvre, but it was closed that day, so we were only able to see the outside, which is massive. I mean,
Yes.
and that pyramid thing.
I went before they built the pyramid, and the second time I was there, that was beautiful. I went in that
I
way.
kind of am on the side of a lot of the Parisians who don't like it, because it really takes the architecture is so different.
Too modern. It's not
It
for
does not fit in with the Louvre. It just doesn't. Which
Well, I forgot what the other museum, Musée something or other, which has a lot,
Orsay.
yeah, a lot of
Orsay.
the famous works.
I didn't get to see a Monet. I didn't get to see the Museum of Van Gogh in Amsterdam, because we weren't on the ball enough to get tickets online. And then when I asked him, "What if you don't have any means to get tickets online?" the guy basically said, "Yeah, you're out of luck." Tough
Bad
shit.
luck, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you
So-
buy the tickets way in advance at the box office.
I remember when I went to the Louvre.
No, you cannot buy tickets at the box office. There are no
They can't
box
anymore?
office.
Oh,
No box office gone.
Well, that's in a lot of the plays and
Mhm.
concerts that you go to. You can't buy tickets at the box office or the venue. You have to go to Ticketmaster or whoever.
and I really hate that because they charge you exorbitant
Yeah,
amount
they're
of money
supposed to
for
be looking into that and changing the fee system. But
Mhm.
anyway, so
Anyway, by the way, just the last time I was in Paris, as I say, in the 80s, I remember
Mhm.
going to the Louvre, and on the outside, it's sort of like the street scene, where you have all the performers. It reminded
Yes.
me of Venice,
Marceau.
Venice in Los Angeles, in California, and Santa Monica,
I didn't
because
see
there were a lot
any
of the same
mimes.
performers.
I didn't see any mimes. I didn't see anybody. We
There
went
were
to
mimes, there was jugglers, there were musicians.
we went to
Yeah,
most of
they
the.
had them. They had them there in
I
different
didn't.
spots of Paris.
Yeah, I didn't. We went to a lot of different places, and I didn't. Of course, we
They
saw
managed to.
the Mona Lisa.
Did you walk the
Oh, let me ask
Champs-Élysées?
you about the Mona Lisa, Maxine. They say do not take pictures, and everyone's taking pictures. Did it close?
Yeah.
No, there it
Speaking
is.
about not taking pictures.
There is the Mona Lisa right there.
And you took a picture?
I took lots of
Because-
pictures.
Because they told anytime anyone took a picture, the whole thing would shut down.
They have a glass thing in front of it
Yeah.
now.
Oh, they do. Okay, they
Yes,
didn't have it when I.
Yeah,
I
you
was
can't.
very unimpressed.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I was
looked.
too.
Then I went, because they go, yeah, there's a glass thing in front of it. I don't know if you can see, but
Yeah, I
they
do.
yeah, so they let you see that. And so I went from one side to the other side. Luckily, when we went, it was much more crowded in the morning, and we were in the afternoon, so we were able to see. And then they go, "Oh, the Mona Lisa, be sure to check, because when you go to the right side, she looks like she's looking at you. And when you go to the left side, it looks like she's looking at you."
It's the eyes.
Right. But a
Yeah.
lot of paintings are like that. It's not just the Mona Lisa. And the reason why
that's a Cheech Marin movie
right. Up in smoke. I don't know.
where they have a Jesus Christ portrait and the eyes moving.
Right.
Yes, yes.
So the the famous painting is more, it's famous because of what happened, the story behind it, that it was stolen by this art dealer guy, in an Italian art dealer. He actually stole the painting, and he took it back to Italy because he believed Italy is where it should be. However, that's a BS thing. Even though the guy became like a martyr, he didn't even get due time for stealing it, like 6 months, some ridiculous thing, and they were all hailing him. But he was trying to sell it to another art dealer. So if he was trying to keep it in Italy, he wanted to make some money.
Money.
And then so he told the guy who was going to buy it from him, who was the dealer, the dealer said, I need to authenticate it, and I have to see if it's an authentic, Da Vinci. And so he said, I need 2 days to do this. And of course, in the meantime, he called the popo, the polizia. And when the guy showed up, he said, yeah, come back. It looks okay. Click, click, you in jail. And then it was like, it made all the papers. It was in the press.
I remember.
It was everywhere. And that's, it would be as if that would go on like major social media today, because all the newspapers, and that's what made it infamous more than the painting itself, which he didn't even finish, by the way. He did not finish that painting. There's parts of the painting that you see the landscape is not done. So it's
that
really,
I haven't heard, but I
that's
think
true, because I read it in the museum. I didn't make that up.
Well, I think the Mona Lisa is a work unto itself. It doesn't need the extra enhancement.
So, but I mean, Da Vinci.
But I wasn't that enthralled. The other paintings made me happier. It was okay. It's famous. I got to see the Mona Lisa.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. You got to see it.
I got to see it.
Is David there also? The statue?
No, David. I saw the original. I saw
David's
David in Florence. I saw that.
It's in Florence.
There's a lot of Davids in Florence. Wherever you go, there's Davids.
There's a lot of famous paintings everywhere. But the thing, we were looking around, he and I, because there's the Venus de Milo, two pictures. What's incredible is there's a mummy that's completely. This is like, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can.
That's a body that they treated. It's like, it's unbelievable. It's intact. It's intact.
Well, they have mummies at the museum.
No, it's not. No, not like
Museum
this.
of History.
Not this.
In New York.
This. No, this is completely intact. I think it's the only one, something that's in a museum. It's like very famous. You can't find it. And we're looking and looking and looking. And then finally, all of a sudden, we see glass enclosed. And is this it? There were some people looking around it. And it was like, the mummy. This is it. This is like a very famous thing. Right. It's a very famous.
Is that Boris Karloff?
I don't. Boris Karloff?
No, that was
who played the mummy?
That's Lon Chaney,
I think.
No,
I don't know. You'd have to check that out. But anyway,
Lon Chaney was Dracula.
So we get to this. Is a bunch of
Lon Chaney wasn't it? Yeah.
You see this picture, guys? You see this of all those kind of statues? You see that?
Yeah.
So we walk up to it, and the first thing he says is, the Brady Bunch. It's
a story.
Oh my God. There's all of these things.
But my favorite is not necessarily going, when I went to Paris, was not necessarily going to the museums and things like that, because I'm not really a museum person. But walking the streets, walking the Champs-Élysées, and seeing the cafes, and go sipping the coffee, because they made the outdoor patios famous.
Right,
Paris.
it's a scene. It's being in the scene,
Right, and sipping your wine, as people pass.
Well, they do it for hours. It's pretty cool. We went to Eiffel Tower Park, but it was closed. The major park, because everything is being constructed. A lot of things are being redone because of the Olympics. So a lot of the things that are.
Excuse me, Boris Karloff played the mummy. I was right.
Yeah.
Boris Karloff?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. There you go. Well, if you want to see an actual mummy,
Boris Karloff.
Restored, they use techniques to keep
but you're a mummy. Ask Elon.
I don't know. He was goofing on me. But the song we were singing throughout the entire trip was "Free Man in Paris" by Joni Mitchell. Because when I was like 17 and I heard the song for the first time, I said, I want to wander down the Champs-Élysées listening to this song. And I did.
Yeah. And
We
the one
went to the
that one I like,
Champs-Élysées
I will
just
go to
for
Paris
me.
in the
I am
summer.
a free, was a free man in Paris. Yeah. So then you can't get it on Spotify because Joni Mitchell said up yours to Spotify, as did a lot of other artists, because they pay you a quarter of a penny.
Well, it's
So she
probably on
said,
YouTube. YouTube has
so
everything.
I got it on
Yeah.
YouTube, but there is an album of Joni Mitchell covers, and I'm not kidding. It's called Phony Mitchell, Foni Mitchell. And she covers all the Joni Mitchell songs, but they probably paid her 12 cents to do it. And it's like, so it was a big goof on the whole trip because on Spotify, we couldn't get it, and I got it on YouTube, luckily. So I got to do that. So that was a cool thing, right?
Yes.
And so we
What'd you think of the people in Paris?
Except for one or two, arseholes, they were pretty nice. They weren't bad. I didn't feel like any of them told me to go suck it. There was this one guy who was at one of the cafes, as Malcolm was explaining, that you can stay there for hours. It doesn't, you could stay there for 6 hours. They don't care. Order 2 drinks. They don't care. And the waiters, they don't come out. They like the services for the most part. Like,
unless you're going to a fancy place.
Well, the fancy place that we had this fantastic onion soup and beef bourguignon, they were excellent. We had excellent service there. And you pay, but other places, they're just slow as molasses. It's just it's not a thing. Just sit down,
everyone
sit there and talk.
Just chill.
Just chill out. So we went to a place, a lot of squares where the cafes were. We saw the Pantheon. We saw the La Maison Rose, where Picasso and his wife used to dine. And we thought we couldn't get in, but we did. We actually got in because it's off season and it was raining. And it's maybe has 4 tables downstairs and like 4 upstairs. It's this little place. But we didn't get to the Moulin Rouge. Did you?
Didn't go to Moulin Rouge?
No, I never
Didn't
went
see
to
the
the Moulin
Follies?
Rouge. I didn't go there. It just wasn't.
You have to go to
care.
You have to go to Montmartre, and there's this beautiful church there as well, and everything is on. It's very
a lot of steps.
A lot of steps. It was like Portugal, and also was,
But my favorite was like I didn't stay in a big hotel. We stayed like 3 blocks off, the main square. But and all the blocks had little coffee shops.
Right.
So in the morning you have your coffee and croissants.
And a baguette
with the local people there.
Yeah.
That's the place.
That's what
the local people are nice, whether they spoke English or even when I would thumper with my with my
limited French.
I went 4 years for French in Lincoln.
Yeah, that got us far.
But I had forgotten. But but they appreciated it. The ones that sort of like would poo-poo me were the ones who would serve, into the restaurants that dealt with Americans.
Right.
They would sort of like laugh.
Well, the Champs-Élysées was nothing like what Joni saw, I'm sure. It's
changed.
American stores all up and down. It was, and then a Burger King and a McDonald's, it just.
There's American restaurants. It's called the American.
Yeah.
They
have you know the block. So what we did was we went off the Champs-Élysées onto some other streets, and we found a really good pastry shop, and we just sat down and had some pastries and coffee, and because we were waiting, we wanted to go to the Eiffel Tower that night and go, they say go there and get get brie and a baguette and some wine, and Elon took that as a very big thing to do. And so when we got there and the park was closed, behind the park there's another park where we have a great view anyway. The actual park itself wasn't open because they were redoing stuff. So we did that, and then we went up to the Eiffel Tower. We went to the Eiffel Tower, and you go up the elevator, and then you're waiting online, but luckily we got tickets, so we kind of breezed through that when we go, oh yeah, this was good. you go to the top and then you go down to the next level and then you want to go down. 40-minute wait to get down. And they go, you can walk. And I'm like,
You take
no,
the
I'm
stairs.
not. It was windy. It was cold. I'm like, no, I'm not walking. And we wound up waiting 40 minutes to get
Wow.
down. It's like,
Yeah.
a lot
That's
of
what
stuff.
I hate being a I hate being a tourist for that reason.
Though I went to the Eiffel Tower, but we ate at the Jules Verne restaurant there.
Yeah,
That's where
we
we got
passed that.
engaged.
Right.
We got engaged in the Eiffel Tower.
I think I don't know if E went there and used the toilet. That's as far as we got. But and of course they want you to buy, stuff like everywhere, including the Louvre. I mean, you pass through the souvenir stores. There was like a bag, like a little tote bag or something, canvas tote bag. It was 25 euros because it has a picture of the Mona Lisa. I'm like, I don't think
I
so,
don't
guys.
think so.
Well,
The first time I went there, I got into a fight with a gendarme, a cop, because I
That's
asked them.
smart. How would you get in a fight with a cop? You're crazy.
Yeah, we know that.
Oh,
No, because
God.
I'm looking for a shoe store we saw in a magazine there, and I want to buy a pair of pink boots. So Dennis and I asked him. Dennis speaks a little French,
it's
so
un
we asked
peu.
him, "How do we
Un
get
peu.
what I hablo español in
Un peu.
Brooklynese?"
Oh, okay.
So we asked him for this street called Rue de Depart. So he goes, "Oh, you go 6 blocks that way, you make a left. We go 6 blocks, make a left. It's a dead end." So we
Mm.
asked someone else. We thought maybe go the right. Maybe he meant the right. We asked someone else. No, no, no. You go 6 blocks where we came from and make the right turn.
They were effing
And then
with
we
you?
see yeah. So I saw the original cop. He's talking to this little old lady, and he sees us coming back, and he's laughing. I mean, laughing at us. And I go, Rue de Depart, and the little lady goes across the street.
Oh, my God.
And I said, UMF. And Dennis had to pull me away because I kept going, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit,
Oh,
ribbit.
God. Oh,
He
God.
says, we're
Yeah.
going to get. So I walked into the store, I didn't buy anything because I was so pissed off.
Yeah.
So we saw this little dress shop coming back, and this woman sees me looking in the window and she pushes me out of the way.
What?
Yeah, she wants to see where I'm looking. So then I go, oh, whatever. So I'm looking at something else, and all of a sudden she bumps into me again. You know the story about the ugly American?
I was
I
going to
took her
say
by
it.
her.
Were you an
I took
American
her
in
by her
Paris?
arm. I took her by her arm and I flung her into the street. A car missed her by un po.
Oh,
Today's un peu.
you are crazy.
And
You
Dennis goes, I think we need to leave. I kept yelling at her, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit.
No, I never
And,
had.
and then you saw the cop.
No,
I
we
didn't
didn't see
have
that.
that. I didn't have that. There was.
That was my first time in Paris. That was in
Yeah.
1987.
Well, I
When
would
they had
never.
the
You have to be, especially now with the world so crazy.
Well,
You
this is
got right,
1987.
but you gotta be really just
Well,
just
sometimes
kind of
now
fit
I
in.
understand. I
Just
was in
fit
my
in.
early 30s.
well, they
I
had,
just was pissed.
in the 60s and 70s, they had the image of the ugly American because of
Yeah.
people. I think it's in the because the Americans that went to Europe were the rich ones,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted all the convenience of being in America.
Right.
They were in a country that didn't have the same thing that we had in America, and the Americans would always bitch. Oh, wait, oh, at my home they have, because I remember one of the things that in drinks they didn't put ice in. I don't know whether they do now.
Yeah, you can
Ice
get
was
You
a
have to
commodity.
ask for it.
You just ask, but they do it.
You just ask. The last time I was there a few years back, it was fine. Everything was good.
They
They didn't
were very
remember you.
nice.
Mm.
No.
The
Haha.
cop was still looking for me.
There she is, that
Yeah.
redhead.
There's the redhead who called me an MF. Oh, okay. But
Where I hadn't been, how was it? You were in Amsterdam.
I
How
was
is
in
it there?
Amsterdam.
Me
I'd
loving
say I'd give it
Amsterdam.
Did you go to the red light district?
The canals were beautiful. I passed it during the day. Elon wanted to see the red lights at night. He went himself. I was like, leave me alone. And but no, he didn't.
Did you go to the doctor afterwards to make sure
No,
you're
he
okay?
did. He did not. He did. No, he did not. He didn't do
They're
anything.
right in the window and they're
Yeah,
like
they're in the
in the
window. They
window and they're
wave.
really
They go, woo, whatever. I mean, big whoop, and
That sounds
they're
like Los
they're making
Angeles.
a living.
What? They're
They're
making
making
a living,
a
but
living.
at
Yeah.
least they keep,
They get the medical.
they get medical, they get, whatever they, yeah. So, I mean, it has its pros and its cons, and I don't know. The funniest thing was that on the tour, I don't know who said it. Somebody said to me that they, during COVID, they said, there were 3 things that needed to be done and kept going. And one of them was the red light district.
Light
He
district.
thought it was very important. So he goes, and Dutch is very hard language. It's very hard.
Yes, it is.
And so he goes, so for people who might not have understood, he goes, and that's why we tell everybody to do it doggy style. And he turns around. This is what he tells the country, because of COVID, don't put it on your face. That was what I got most out of the Dutch right now. That was hysterical.
Did you go to a cafe?
We saw, yes, there was a cafe. The one we passed, I think I took a picture of, was called Cafe Reefer. It's like,
I've probably been there.
I think you were there. I took a picture of it. I said, she must have been here.
Is that the one on the corner near Anne Frank?
I don't know. I don't know. Anne Frank, we didn't get to go in because we didn't have tickets again. We passed it. We passed the Pulitzer Hotel where they have a grand piano hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah,
and that was
that's
out
where
of
I
nowhere.
stayed.
We went.
I stayed there.
Stayed at the Pulitzer?
Yes, that's where I stayed. Yep.
Wow. With the oh wow. Well,
Yeah.
maybe that I attracted. Maybe I felt your whatever.
I stayed right there.
Wow, that's the star. That's right on the canal there. It's very nice.
Right.
Very pretty.
My room faced the canal.
We're almost going to get dinner, but we went. We had
The
reservations.
food's good in there. The food was really good. The cafe
best
there.
Food in, I mean, what is Dutch food? Dutch food is actually German. Most of it is German. So, but when we spoke to the tour guy, he gave us some things and he goes, the best thing to get is Indonesian.
Did you see the tulips?
And there's no tulips now, really.
Tulips this time of year. It's
and
April.
if you want to see any windmills, which they're not that many, you have to take a separate tour out of town.
Or you have to go to the desert in Los Angeles to see the windmills.
Right, exactly. Yes, I've seen them on the way to Palm Springs. But we've had some experiences there I won't talk about. One experience was on our way to the train to go to Paris. We got stuck in the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
And
you told me that.
The Tower of Terror ride in Disney, this was for real. This was for real. And it was going up and down between the 3rd and the 4th floor. And we kept just feeling it. We're in the 20
having a nervous
minutes.
breakdown.
They put, and there was an issues before, but they purportedly said it was fixed. And he's calling the front desk. They put us on hold. Mind you, we were stuck in an elevator and they put him on hold.
I'm stuck on an elevator. One moment, please.
Exactly. And then they played.
So they played the music.
So then I said, weirdly, the day before, I asked the desk people at the desk, I said, what's the number for emergency here? Because it's 911 in the States. What is it here? And they go 112. I said, I'm good. I just want to have it. Little did I think I was actually going to use it because I did call 112. And I had to say it's from Amsterdam, and we're in the Hilton Amsterdam. Yes, we were in the Hilton Amsterdam. And we're stuck in the elevator. And then they had to transfer me to the fire department in the main fire department in Amsterdam.
That's the fire department.
Right. Yeah. So
even here.
So finally the manager comes on and he hears that the fire department is on the phone with them as well. So that's when they knew we kind of meant business, but we didn't know what was going to happen. It was going up and down. It could have broke the cable. That's one place I didn't want to end it, in the Hilton Amsterdam. And we were pretty upset, to say the least. And when they got it back up to 4, and the guy on the outside was going, open, they opened it up this much, which we couldn't have. We had our luggage. And my son, Superman, he goes, that's why I work out, Mom. He literally pulled. He must have been an extra zone at that point. He was like, I got to get you out. I got to get me. And he literally pulled it, and then the guy got it, and we got out. And then the other elevator was coming on the next thing, and I told the manager, I said, "Are you effing crazy? Seriously?" I mean, I didn't use the word, but I said, "You think I'm getting on an elevator here?"
Yeah.
And they took us to their staff elevator, and then E was like, "This is not standing. I'm paying. There's no way. We're not done with them. If it was in the States, we could sue, but I guess."
Yeah,
Don't you know the time I got stuck in the elevator on 29th Street?
But there was
And
no.
I just picked up the Chinese food, and they opened the door slightly, and you took the food and you went upstairs and ate it with Dennis.
Yeah, it was
Well,
good.
stop.
It was delicious. Oh, there was no telephone in there and no emergency contact in the elevator. Right there.
I picture them
Right
doing
there.
the background music, which is a parody. Did
Yeah,
they ever
well,
return? No, they never
right.
It is still. They will go
But
forever.
I'll leave you with this.
Up and
My
down.
favorite thing that the Indonesian restaurant was fantastic, by the way. And so that was the one really good thing. The tour was pretty good. And those damn boat guys, canal tour.
Are they good?
They were fantastic. I had this young lady who was South African and speaks fluent Dutch now because she lives there. Every other word out of her mouth was F. We loved her. She was spunky. And I saw the Ted Lasso where she went off the bridge into the water, and I saw the boat that they used for Ted Lasso. She goes, "Ted Lasso fans, all the people on this boat, we were all from the US, mostly, different parts." And so we were all everyone was kind of a character. So the tour guide loved us. She goes, "I had such boring people yesterday." Or what is that? She goes, "You guys are a lot of fun."
Guys, I hate to tell you this, but our time is up.
Well, we'll have to
Well,
continue
finish
the
next
story.
Because I wanted to find out about the travel, how the planes were.
Oh, okay. Well, they were okay. We got to and from, so that was it.
Are you going any place this week?
No.
No.
Next week. I'm going to Saratoga, and then I'm going out to LA. So I have another.
We're doing a Wednesday show. Wednesday before Thanksgiving, right?
Yes.
I didn't even ask you. I didn't even ask you.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless you're leaving Wednesday, when are you
I'm leaving
to go
Thursday.
there?
Oh, okay. So
okay.
I'll see you the day before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have a great week.
All right.
Cook that turkey.
Yeah. Well, I'm not cooking a turkey, but I'm going to bring stuff. But anyway,
and we'll see. I'll see you next week, guys.
Yeah.
So
see you next
welcome
week.
home.
Thanks, and I'll catch
Welcome
you
home.
on. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
We'll talk more next time. Au revoir.
Au
Au revoir.
Au revoir.